Hey, what's up? So what are some really quick things you can do to speed up your macOS? And I'm talking not like some things that are going to take a long time. These are just a couple things you can check really quickly. See, go ahead and log into your system, see if you can enable these things or disable some things, and see if it helps speed up your Macintosh. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, so before we get into it really quickly, these are going to be really quick things, so just keep that in mind. I know you can go ahead and change your hard drive and things like that. You can do other things that are going to cost a lot of money. There's software you can run and all this other stuff. I'm just going to focus on things you can check really quickly, and like 5 or 10 of them, and then you can basically go ahead and check those. And then if you're still slow on an older Mac, or even a newer Mac for that matter, then you can go ahead and take these other measures. But for now, these are just really quick and dirty things that you might want to check. So anyways, let's get into it. There's about, like I said, 5 or 10. We'll go through them, and let me know what you think. And then on the other side of me showing you this, post some comments below, and you can definitely let me know what you think, if you have some kind of special tricks that you use on this. I'll definitely add them to the comments and maybe make a video on it later. Let's get into it. All right, so the first one I'm going to really rifle through, because I'm not even going to really count it, is just close all apps. If you have a ton of apps open and you're working on with 10 different apps, just start closing them. It's going to free up resources. One app open at a time if that's all you need, and it's going to be a lot faster. So the other one I like to do is you really want to identify resource hogs if you have a lot of apps open. All right, so the easiest way to do it is just go up here and click on the little spotlight, that basically the magnifying glass in the upper right-hand corner. And let's go ahead and type in Activity Monitor. It'll come up right away, and then click on Activity Monitor, and that'll actually open up the monitor for your system. And you can see all the processes that are running in here. And what you want to do then is you can click over here. Up here it's going to say how much CPU is being utilized by each of the programs that are open. So if you click that and click it again, it's going to list them and from highest to lowest. And you can see like Google Chrome's using 0.3% of the CPU. QuickTime Player is using 24, because I'm recording on that right now. So that's going to basically tell you what's using all the resources. You can also go into memory up here at the top. See here, it's going to say memory, and you can do the exact same thing. So it's going to basically list them from the highest down to the lowest. So right now I have iMovie using 678 megabytes. QuickTime Player is 283. Chrome is going to be 237. So you can go in here and look at things that maybe shouldn't be open, and you can actually shut them down. But that's going to be just looking up and shutting down programs, with the sense of what they're actually using. Or sometimes you'll download a program and you won't even notice that it's using tons of resources. Maybe it's like freeware or something. So maybe you don't want to use it. Maybe you can find another one that uses less resources, and it's going to definitely help out your system. All right, number 2 basically is going to be just prevent apps from opening altogether. Some apps open in the very beginning. You don't even have to open them when you load up your system, and they could be running in the background where you don't even know it. And one way you want to just check for that is you basically go up to your Apple icon in the upper left-hand corner up here, click on System Preferences, and it's going to open up this window here. And let's go ahead, and then what you want to look for is User and Groups. So it's down here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then what you want to do in here is, let me check really quickly, I believe you're going to click on this login items right here. And I actually don't have any of these, but it says these items will open automatically when you log in. I don't have any right now, but some people have a lot of these in here. And what you want to do is you want to highlight them if there's any in this screen. And then down here there's a plus and a minus, and you'd click the minus button, and that would disable them. So that's basically what you want to do with login items. You can see that I actually don't have that, so it's not really a big issue for me right now. But at the end of the day, that's something that you can do if you really need to do that. All right, number 3 is going to be, it's going to be pretty simple, but a lot of people may not know this. Instead of using, here's Chrome I have open, and I have a bunch of tabs open in Chrome. But basically what you want to do is you want to use Safari instead of Chrome if you can. And I'm not a proponent of Safari. In fact, I like Chrome, but at the end of the day, Safari's been totally optimized for the macOS. So you may not know this, but by using other browsers besides Safari, it really does hurt performance a little bit. Safari tends to use a lot less resources than a lot of the tasks that it does. So that's one thing a lot of people don't really know about. Downloading your favorite Chrome and browser or something like that could actually affect your performance. If you're on older Macs and things like that, that's something you want to think about. So just keep that in mind. That's another one that you can look for. All right, and another one while we're talking about the browsers and things like that is you want to basically limit your extensions and basically any of the tabs that you have open. The tabs are pretty easy. I mean, tabs use a lot of resources resources. Like if I, here I have Chrome open, I have 4 tabs open. Some people don't shut those down and then they go and do something else. Each of those tabs is basically using like an instance, and it's basically using a lot of memory and also the CPU resources in some cases, depending on what's running behind it, like these animations and things like that. So just keep that in mind. But you basically, let me go ahead and click this because that's getting pretty annoying. But basically, you can go in and you can find out if you have any extensions in Chrome. I mean, you can find them different. There's different ways to find them depending on if you're in Chrome or Safari. But go ahead and just remove any extension that you're not using. Those also free up a lot of resources, especially when you're browsing. So just another little tip. All right, and another one here is I'm on my desktop. If you go up to the hard drive that you're actually on with your OS, and you right click on it, it should be up here in the upper right hand corner, and you click Get Info. You just want to check in here. I happen to have capacity 511 gigabytes on this drive. Available is 331. So I have enough space, but a lot of people don't realize you need at least 15 to 20 gigabytes to be safe of SSD or just regular spinning disk drive for Mac to basically have cache and other things like that. So if you're getting down, and even I would even say like down under 50, they say it may not affect it, but I really have seen real world examples where it does. So I would obviously just make sure you get more disk space or clear out some stuff so you have that room there. That's going to speed things up as well, and I've seen that in a lot of cases where it really does. All right, so another thing you can do is this turning off animations. So if you have an older Mac, if you want to turn off animations, there's a couple ways you can do this. There's a couple different things you can do. So you want to go up to System Preferences again up here in the upper left, and you want to open up this screen here. All right, so once you're in here, you want to basically go the dock icon. You'll see it right here. You want to click on that. And I don't know if I can make this any bigger, but long story short, there's a couple things in here that you want to, basically change. So the first thing you want to do is basically, it's listed in here, is this Genie effect. It's going to actually save a little bit of resources to change from Genie effect to Scale effect. And they say that's going to free up when you're opening up applications and Windows and things like that. That's definitely going to make a little bit of a difference. So that little change can do just a little bit, and every little bit helps. The other thing you want to do in here is you basically want to uncheck Animate Opening Applications, because you don't need that animation. That's going to, especially older Macs, is going to really cause some issues. So uncheck Animate Opening Applications. And I think there's one more. You want to check here, automatically hide and show the dock. So you want to make sure that's actually off. So I actually have it off right now. So automatically hide and show dock, you want to make sure that's off. And I do have it off so that the dock's always showing. And even when you do that again, it does use system resources when that kind of goes in and out. So there's just something to keep in mind, that it's always good to have that unchecked, and that'll definitely help. And again, also uncheck Animate Opening Applications. All right, really quickly, another thing you can do is, again, go back up here to System Preferences. And this time in here, you want to click, we're going to go ahead and see if we can find it, but it's Accessibility. So you want to double click on that one. And inside of here, all right, so what you want to do next is you want to click on the Display tab over here in the left-hand corner. And that's that. And then what you want to do is you want to enable Reduce Motion, which is over here. So in the upper right-hand corner, it says Reduce Motion. You want to click that, and that's going to reduce some motion on the display, and it's going to also, obviously free up some resources as well. So you want to click Reduce Motion, and that's just one more thing you can do to help with that. All right, and one that a lot of people don't know about is your desktop. So if you have a ton of different things on your desktop, which I don't, but let's just say you have a million different files up there, they all have to be basically rendered so that when you actually go over one, I'll go over here on the right hand corner, but when I click on it and I click the space bar, it's going to automatically start playing that, just like that. So it's basically rendering that, and it's basically sitting in memory in some form or fashion. So if you have a ton of different icons out here, it's going to really affect sometimes performance, especially again on older Macs. So clean up your desktop, put things in folders and things, and just don't have them just sitting out there. That's going to help. If you have a really powerful Mac, Mac Pro or something, it's not going to make much of a difference. But on some of the older systems, it definitely does. I've noticed it. So definitely clean up your desktop, see if that helps. And then finally, this is the easiest one too, is just do the OS updates. And the reason for that, so basically, if you go into an application and you find out that it has an update, like let's say Keynote or something like that, you definitely want to do the update, because a lot of times those come with enhancements, obviously just features, but also it comes with usually performance enhancements, and all your applications usually can really benefit from that. The one thing that everyone argues about supposedly is upgrading the OS. In the earlier models, early OSs, maybe 5-6 years ago, when you did do an upgrade, things really slowed down. Mac now is saying on these newer versions like Catalina and stuff that it should really speed up things. It should make them faster, not slower. Now, the verdict's still out on that. Let me know what you guys think about that, but that's what they're saying is just update the OS and make sure that, obviously that all your applications really are up to date and they have the performance enhancements that they need. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go back from the screenshot and then, we'll wrap this up. All right, so what did you think? So basically, these are things that you can do really quickly, like I said, and you can just maybe inch out a little bit more performance out of your aging Mac, or maybe even a newer Mac in some cases. But I mean, let me know what you think. Obviously, if you have other options, just let me know, and I can definitely let the community know as well. Beyond that, though, these are things that you're going to just take 5 or 10 minutes to try, and it's not going to obviously be something as major as, like I said, buying a new hard drive and doing something like reinstalling the OS, which may work 1,000 times better. These are just really simple things. Anyways, you guys probably have watched my videos before. If you haven't, just understand that I do make videos on everything from technology, a lot of Mac stuff. I make it on PC stuff. I make it on finance, so it's a kind of a wide range, and actually travel too. So if you're subscribed to my channel, you're going to see a lot of different things. If you can help me out and subscribe. Obviously, if a topic comes up you're not interested in, just don't watch it. But then I hope you watch the ones you are. I do a lot on finance, which are good because you need money to buy tech, and then I also do it on travel because it's one of my hobbies. So, anyways. The video's over, so let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys hopefully in a couple days here on a new video. Stay tuned.